So whoever has not attempted, you can just try it out. You can just try to solve those questions, whatever you have, whatever the time that you have. I guess tomorrow you have. So it will help you in the paper also. So more or less on a similar pattern, you'll be getting the questions. Okay.
I
So
wanted to confirm one thing. All the formulas for all the distributions will be provided, is it?
I hope so. It will provide it. Let me check it and I'll just
Yeah, it will be
confirm.
provided.
In the previous session, it was mentioned that it will be provided for sure. Can you please
Okay.
confirm?
Okay. Yeah. Yeah. Then if it has been told by some of the instructor, then for sure it will be provided.
Yes, sir, it
But
will be
I'll also
provided.
check. I'll also check from my side and
Okay.
give me a minute. I'll just check.
Hello, sir.
Yeah.
So I just want to ask, will we provided a formula sheet in exam?
Yeah. Yeah. That is what I'm checking. Just give me a minute.
Oh, okay. Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, 80% weightage is of 9 to 12, no?
What? 80% weightage?
Is of week 9 to 12, no?
50 to 60%
No,
weightage.
it's not like that. 40 to 50% of the paper can be, but you can't uh, expect the 80% of the paper will be from last 2 weeks. Okay, that that is not the case. Okay,
Okay, sir.
yeah, you will be provided the formula too. Okay, so all the important distribution formulas will be there. Expectation, variance, and then the simple mean, population, and all those things will be there.
Sir, your
Okay,
voice is very low.
is it low? Is it raining? So it's
So your
raining.
voice
No,
is
no,
little
your voice is
low.
perfect.
Is it fine now?
Your voice is breaking.
Yeah, it's better.
Because it's raining here. It's too heavy, I guess.
It's a
So
little bit better, sir.
Yes, sir.
okay, okay.
Yeah, the
Mhm.
voice a bit jittery, but we can understand.
Okay. Okay. So let's start. So I'll just solve those problems. Okay,
Okay.
of your mock paper. So let's start with the first question. Okay, so just give me 1 second. I'll just download the file itself. That Okay, so the first question given is, let x be a discrete random variable having the following probability mass function. So the probability mass function, I guess you are already aware of this, right? It has been given for a discrete. This is defined for a discrete, right? And for the continuous, what do you call this? The density function, right? So here, generally for the discrete, we call it as a mass function. And mass function, it has been defined here. Probability of x equals to x is what? K times 3cx upon 3c 3 minus x. Where x can take, so the range for x is what? 0, 1, and 2. Correct? So then you have to calculate the value of a k. So this is simple, right? How will you solve that? Can somebody tell me? You know the basic properties of the PMF, right? The summation of values should be what? Equals to 1. Am I audible? Is the voice?
The value.
Yeah, you are audible.
Yes, sir, you are audible.
Oh, okay. So, okay, fine. So, you already know that the probability, if you are calculating, because this has been defined as the PMF, right? So, P of x equals to 0 plus P of x equals to 1 plus P of x equals to 2. This should be equals to 1, right? Right?
Yes, sir.
So you can directly put. And one more thing, I guess these two values are same, right? Correct? You directly put the value
Yes,
of
sir.
x, any x value. Like for example, you are putting x equals to 3. So 3c2 by 3c1, both are same, right? Correct? You already know that,
Yes,
right?
sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, yeah.
Yes, sir.
NCR and NCR n minus r, both are same. Correct? So this will get cut. Then so it will become very simple, right? Because this becomes a uniform distributed curve, right? Uniform distribution, right? So where your probability mass function is k for all those values, right? So equals to 1. So you'll be having k equals to 1 upon 3, right? Is there anything else
Yes,
that you have
sir.
to calculate? No. So k equals to 1 upon 3. So if you have to write it in a decimal form, you can just write it as 0.33. That's it. No doubt, right? This was a simple problem.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So, yeah. So, one more thing. So, whatever the distribution, the formulas, so okay, that is given, but you should be knowing how to use those formulas also for all those 3-4 distribution that has been taught to you. Poisson, uniform distribution. So, you should be knowing all those things. Okay. So, this was the question. If a question from the PMF is there, you just go and revise all those distributions. Okay, that has been taught to you. Binomial, Bernoulli, Hypergeometric, and Poisson for the random discrete, like for the discrete random variable. Okay, I hope you would have revised that. At least the expectation and the variance formula will be there, but that's fine. Like you should be knowing how to use those formulas also. Now the next question is again from a random variable itself, the simple discrete random variable line. So the second problem is, suppose that the random variable x assumes 3 values. So again, the range for x is what? 0, 1, and 2 with the probability of 1 upon 3, 1 upon 6, and 1 upon 2. So then you have to calculate f1. Okay, what do you mean by this f1? If the capital F has been written, what is that? And a small f, what is the difference between these two?
Capital F is CDF and small f is
PDF.
Okay, this is PMF. Okay, for this case, because you already know that here it is a discrete random variable.
So
Okay.
where is this question? In my mock, it's not there.
Yes,
Question
sir.
number.
The serial numbers are, I think it is
Serial.
different.
Okay, that
different
is
question,
fine.
sir. Different question.
Different question? I don't think so. The question is different. Maybe the serial
Yes,
number is
sir.
different.
No, serial numbers are
no.
different. Serial number is 10 in the mock test, guys. This question is 10 number.
Yeah.
Yeah, you have a different mock serial numbers, sir.
Serial number, so that you can match it out, right?
Yes, sir. Questions were same. Serial number was different.
Yeah,
No,
because
sir,
everybody.
question is different, I think.
Question is question number
paper.
10. Question number 10. Look at question number
Yeah,
10.
this was question number.
What about the previous question serial number?
Values are changed in a
Everybody has a different, I guess. Everybody would be having the
It's
different
5.
serial number.
5 or 6 or whatever. Yeah.
5.
Okay.
Yeah, question number 5.
So now the next problem. It has been given that for each of the random variables 0, 1, 2. So these are also called as a range, right? For this random variable, whatever has been defined as x, with a probability of 1 by 3, 1 by 6, and 1 by 2. Now you have to calculate f of 1. So what do you mean by f of 1? F of x equals to x equals to what? Can somebody tell me? Probability till this x value, right? So you'll have to do the summation of all those. Correct.
0
So
plus
x
1.
less than equals to 1. So till if you have to calculate here, only the x is 1, right? So if you have to calculate the probability of x less than equals to 1, what will you do? Probability of x equals to 0 and probability of
1.
Yeah, we will add
correct.
it 1 and 0.
So if you just add it, it will be 1 upon 3 plus 1 upon 6. Correct? So what will you get? Whatever, like 1 upon 2.
1 by 3. Yeah, 1 by 2.
1 by 2.
1 by 2 is it?
Yeah, 0.5.
Okay. Yeah.
What is f called?
This is CDF, right? Cumulative distribution function. So this is a step function, right? So let's, for example, for this case, if I just want to draw, if I want to draw the PMF first, for a PMF, what are the values? The range are 0, 1, and 2. So at 0, what is the probability value? 1 by 3, correct?
Yes.
And then you have 1 by 6. And then you have 1 upon 2. Okay? You can just think of as the probability value 1 upon 3, 1 upon 6, and 1 upon 2. If you want to, just CDF if you want to plot. How will you plot? Till 1 it was 0. Till 1, 0 minus it is 0. Because the probability, because you don't have any x value, right? You didn't define for a random variable x equals, you don't have any values less than 0, right? So you just have a value at 0. So at 0, there will be a jump of what? 1 by 3, correct? Are you there? Are you getting? And at
Yes,
1,
sir.
what will be the jump? At 1, what will be the jump? Jump of 1 by 6, correct? So it
1
will
by-
reach
yes,
out
sir.
to 1 by 2. Okay. And then again at 2, there will be a jump of half. So it will reach out to
1 by
1. So after that, whatever the value you take, the probability will be 1 because you have taken all the random variables, correct? So the summation of all those probability value will be equal to 1. I hope this is clear. So if you have to, you can just plot this and then also calculate the value of f of 1 or 2. So what will be the value of f of 2?
1 plus 3,
1 by 3
1.
plus 1 by 6 is
6.
equal to
Entire one.
0.5.
That will
The
be
entire
1
one.
only, right? F of 2. F
Sir,
of 2, if I'm
only one.
asking,
Yes, sir. This would
yeah,
be
correct. And if I'm asking f of this 2, okay, that will already been given. But if the information is, if you have been just given the chart for the CDF, okay, the CDF graph has been given. How will you calculate the F2? You'll calculate the jump. How much jump it is. So how much? What is the product? So
1
this
minus 1
jump is
minus 1 by 2.
correct. So 1 minus 1 by 2.
1 by 2.
Okay, so whatever the jump that is making, so basically at 2, the probability, that probability value is getting added, okay, at 2. So at 2 minus it will be less, but at 2 plus it will be like the probability value will get added up, and then in the end we'll be having a value of 1. Because we already know for a CDF, the graph will tends to 1. Okay, all the summation value for the probability will equals to 1. Correct? So I hope this is clear. Is this question clear? Can we move to the next question?
Yes, sir.
yes, sir.
Yes, sir. Move to next one.
Okay. Okay. So the next. So
Sir,
this
so
is
what
just
is the value for F1? It will be 1 by 6.
a small f1. We are talking about PMF. We are talking about or what? This
CDF, sir. CDF, capital F.
Okay.
It's not
F1 which you are asking
0.5.
0.5, right? So you just add f0 and then f1. Correct. Probability of x equals to 0 plus probability of x equals to 1. Okay?
Okay, sir. Okay, thank you, sir.
Yeah. Okay. Let's move to the third problem. So this is a simple problem. It has just been asked to check which of them are numerical variable. So the options given are height. So height are numerical. You can do all the mathematical operation on the height, right? The Aadhaar card. Aadhaar card you can't do mathematical operation, right?
It's not numerical variable.
So it is not a numerical variable. See the PAN card. PAN card is also same as your Aadhaar card only. It's just the identity number. You can't do any addition, subtraction, anything.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Even the PNR number for your train or for flight. Okay. So this is also you can't do anything with that.
Yeah, we can't do meaningful operations.
Yeah. And then you have stopwatch time. So that is a numerical variable.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Do the summation, addition, all the things. And then you have the pin code. So even pin code is not you can't do anything with the pin code. Like mathematical meaningful operation you can't do. Okay, you can do, but that's not a meaningful. Okay, it's a meaningless thing. You can do the addition of 2 pin codes, but that is not going to give you anything, right? So this again,
Yes,
the
sir.
pin code is also
Yes.
not a numerical, not a numerical variable. Okay, so
Sir,
these are
can you explain about Aadhaar card that how it is not a numerical variable?
okay. So if whatever the Aadhaar card number yours is, okay, if you just add anything in that, so is it going to give you any meaningful value? You can just add it. The addition you can do, but the meaningful addition, is it going to give you anything else? If you're just doing anything with your Aadhaar card? No, right?
No, sir.
Yeah, so that's why it's not a. It is represented in a numerical 1, 2, 3, 4, something like that. But
Yes, sir.
there's no meaning in that. Like if you just add 2 Aadhaar card number also, are you going to get anything out of that? No, right?
No, sir.
Yeah, so that's why it's not a numerical variable. So,
Okay, sir.
yeah, so for numerical variable, just have to think that if I'm doing the addition, subtraction, anything, is it going to give me any meaningful thing or not? Like, let's for example, a height. If you just add some 5 feet and 7 feet, it's going to give you some height itself, right? So at least there is some meaningful thing you are getting from the height, even for the stopwatch time also. So time also you can, if you are just doing some addition, subtraction, it's just giving you some sort of a time, right? That is meaningful, not meaningless. So that is what you can just think of. If you're just getting this type of problem, so it's like a bonus for you in the exam, numerical or if you just have to check whether it's a categorical variable or a numerical variable. Mostly, yeah, there can be some questions, but yeah. Okay, so the next problem is you have been given the median of the data set. So the data set has been given to you. So the question, I'll just write it here. Where I is from where and is equals to 15. Then you have been asked what is the median of, okay, what is the median of 2x I minus 2? How will you calculate this? This is simple, right? If you have been given a series or xi, if you already know that median is 15, so what will be the median of 2xi? First tell me the median of 2xi.
30.
Correct. So it will get multiplied because 2xi means what? You are just doing, so whatever the number, let's for example, I'm just taking example 1, 2, 3. Okay. So if you're just if you're just multiplying the number 2, right? So your median will change, your mean will change, your mod will change, everything will change because you're just doing the same operation on all your data set, right? So even the median will also change by that scale itself. So 2 times your 15. So that is 30. And then you are subtracting 2 from each number. So you are just doing some operation from constant, you are just subtracting. Okay, so if you are just subtracting a constant, so this median will also get, because that particular value will also get subtracted, right? So you just have to subtract by 2. So you'll be having 28, right? So this thing, whatever the, I guess in the week 3 or 4, there are some features like if you are just adding some constant, then what will be the effect on mean, what will be the effect on median, what will be the effect on mode. If you are just skewing the value, like just multiplying with something, okay, or you are extrapolating the data, whatever the data has been given to you, you are just extrapolating that with some, multiplying them with some 2, 3, 4, 5. Then what is the impact on mean, median, mode? Okay, that it would be, you should be knowing that. Okay, so this type of problem is very highly prone to be asked in the paper. Okay, so these features you should be knowing. Okay, so I hope after this question, you can just go and revise those 3, 4 concepts that's there. Okay.
So can you just explain this question once again in short?
Okay, so the question was the median for a data set. So some data set has been given to you. Okay, the data set is, let's for example, x1, x2, x3, x4. Okay, some x15, and the median is given 15. Okay, and now what I'm doing is I'm just multiplying two xi, two x1, and then subtracting something to the first data, and this operation I'm doing for all the data. Now they're asking that what is the median for the new data set. Okay, you already know that. How do you calculate median? How do you calculate median? Can somebody tell me how do you calculate a median?
Total by
arranging the order.
So first we arrange data in ascending order.
Yeah. Okay. So first you arrange some. Yeah, you arrange the data in the ascending order, and then you check whether the value
The
is
middle
odd or
term
the.
is the median.
Correct. So because it's 15, so you have an odd number, so middle term will be the median. Okay. So now, if you are multiplying 2 times to every value and then subtracting 2, then the x8, that was the mean, not mean, median, middle term. Okay. That x8 also you are multiplying, right? 2x8 and then minus 2. So now for this equation sequence, this will be the median, right? So what will be the median now? So you are just multiplying. So earlier this 8, x8 was 15. So now your value will be what? 2 times 15 minus 2. So that value will be 28. So your median is 28.
Okay, sir.
Clear?
Thank you. Yes, sir.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. So now the next problem is for the normal distribution. Okay, let me check. So we are done. Okay. So now will be whatever the questions that is coming, right? So those questions are really important. Like you already know that the last 3-4 weeks are having a good weightage. Okay. So it has been given that you got what?
Can you read the question because serial numbers are different, right? Can you tell the which questions you're taking?
Yeah. I'll just read out. So here the questions given as this on the binomial, the variance of the. So I'll just write it out itself so that it will be simple for you. Okay, so this is the question. And then you have been asked, it is observed that it is the max value of variance is 40. Then the value of n. So what is the question? The variance. of a binomial random variable x, okay, is plotted against varying values of p with n kept as constant. It is observed that the maximum value of variance is 40, then the value of n is. Okay, so this is what, like for a binomial distribution, n comma p, it has been given the variance of, what is the formula for the variance of a binomial distribution? NPK, right?
N into
NP into 1 minus P.
1 minus P.
NPQ.
Okay, and it is given that the maximum value of the variance is what?
40.
40.
Okay. The maximum value that we will attain is 40. Okay, so there is, okay, okay. Are you aware of that or not? At which particular point the variance is maximum?
0.5.
You're aware of that. Then there's no problem. Like there's no issue in solving this question. You can just put the value of probability as half, and then you can get the value, right? N of 1/4 equals to what? 40. So this is also very simple, right? There is nothing that we should be using. Like, is there any doubt in this?
Why it is in the half?
We are taking the maximum value, that's why we are taking half, right?
No, I'm asking why the variance is maximum at p is equal to half.
See,
if you plot the PMF for all the values, 0.5 value it comes highest. Should it?
It is in symmetric.
Yeah, it is given in the lecture also. If you plot for all the values of probability, you will get the highest value at 0.5.
Okay. Okay, fine.
and if you just think of like here, when do you think the variance is what? Your spreadness in the data, right? Correct. So let's just think of in a data set, whatever the data set that is been given to you, when the variance will be maximum.
When P and 1 minus P are same. Yeah.
Correct. So that is a concept in information theory also, I guess. Okay, let's skip that. But yeah, so yeah.
No, I got it. Yeah, thank you.
Entropy and so okay. So the probability for this case, whenever you're just dealing with a binomial distribution, okay, so the variance will be maximum at half. Whenever the probability is half, at that time the variance will be maximum. Okay. So that was that question. I guess that concept you can just directly use it here and then do it.
Sir?
Yeah, even though you can just solve it, so you can just think of as n as a some variable. With the differentiation also.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
With differentiation, we can find that maximum value.
Yeah, with the differentiation also you can find it because it will be a type of a parabola, right? And then
parabola maximum at half. Vertex will be at half.
Yeah, you can just do it like that also, I guess. Okay. So if you don't know the concept of that, the variance where that the variance is maximum, you can just solve with that method also. That method will also help you to solve this question. Okay, let's move to the next one.
Sir, how have you taken 1/4, sir? Can you explain this one?
So this is half, right? And this is half. If you have p as half, then 1 minus p is also half, right?
Okay. Got it, sir. Thank you.
So basically what we are doing is we are differentiating with respect to p and equating it to 0, then we are getting that value.
Correct.
So that our probability is the highest. Sorry, variance is the maximum.
Because the formula for variance is this, right? And if you have to find this equation, right, for any function, if you have to calculate the maximum and minimum, you just differentiate this function itself, right? Because the variance formula itself is this, right? And you want to, are you getting me, right?
Yeah,
Yes.
double derivative will be negative. It will be maximum only.
Yeah. Okay.
So
yeah.
Whenever we saw the variance, like maximum of variance is 40, like In that case, we take the probability equal to 0.5.
Yeah.
Okay, sir. There is any cases other like where maximum like minimum of variance or any other thing like this?
Minimum, I don't think so. They'll be asking you.
Okay.
Minimum. Is there any problem anywhere where they're asking to calculate
No,
the
sir. No,
Okay.
not in the mock or any other problem. I'm just asking for clarification. I'm just
Okay. No,
sure the maximum concept is like new. I'm just confused with that problem. This problem without knowing the probability is 0.5 for an hour.
Okay.
That's why I'm
But
asking
I
for.
guess this has been discussed in this lecture also.
I think no, sir. It's okay, sir. Okay.
Okay. But it has been discussed. I know Professor Usha ma'am has discussed this concept, I guess.
Okay, sir. Maybe I missed that one.
No problem. Okay. Yeah. So the next problem that is front of me is related to the expectation. Okay. So the expectation has been given for some variance. I'll just write it out so that will be clear to you. So So no, this is not expect. This is so there is a random variable x that follows for exponential distribution. Okay, then you have to find what you have to then find the value of z such that you have to find the value of z such that p of x greater than equals to 100.
The screen is not visible, sir.
Yes, screen stuck. The screen is
Screen is
stuck.
Battery is low. I think we have lost Sir Hemshin.
Yeah. Yeah. Connection lost.
Yeah.
Hello, sir.
Wait, he lost connection.
Guys, meanwhile, can someone tell me, you have an intuition why variance is maximum and p is equal to 0.5? I know the calculation, I know the integration.
So that's what I told. Now you differentiate NP into 1 minus
I'm
p
not
with
asking. See, all that I understand.
Mathematical terms is not exact.
I'm asking the intuition. Why the variance is maximum when p is 0.5?
As far as I know, whenever you want to find a maxima, you differentiate and equate it to 0. Now, what's the reason? I don't
Again,
know.
you're talking about different.
I don't know.
Without mathematical calculation.
Talking about intuition, then the average is,
Product
the
of two numbers are
greatest.
maximum when they are equal.
Sir, come again. I didn't hear that.
Product of two numbers are equal when they are maximum when they are equal.
So mathematically, as Shuget, you said, right?
Yes,
if
sir,
it
that is true.
0.4, 0.6, it is 0.24.
See, if P increases,
0.7 is 0.21.
Wait a minute. If P increases, Q decreases because the sum is same.
Correct. Okay, got it. So if it has
That's
to
why
remain,
it has to come to the consensus.
Yeah,
which
yeah.
is
Got it. Thank you, sir. Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
So, is there any cases other than like this?
Just give me 1 minute. Yeah, I'm just asking him to make me the host. This tab got hanged in between. Because I'm not able to share my screen. Yeah, just give me 1 minute.
Yeah, sure. Hey, Bhaskaran, you there?
Yes.
Hey, there's a car parking problem, right? I don't know whether John parked his car among 10 cars and etc.
Yeah, I remember sometime. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know whether sir will take that problem or not, but if till the time he joins, will you have solution for that, or at least the approach?
I have solved, but then my notes are all not in a piece of paper here and there.
Oh, okay.
Look for that. I am not an organized guy like you guys in the modern time.
No, nothing like that. I was just looking at the approach.
I can look around and then probably share with you tomorrow.
Sure.
Or if you give me if you send me some mail, or I can send you a response.
We'll send you. Thank you.
The
John
car,
parked the
there are
car,
11,
right?
11 slots where he comes back and then sees that
Yeah, correct.
adjacent
Somehow
seats are
it is not
vacant, 4 vacant, something like that, right?
correct. 3
Correct.
out of
I
1
remember
because adjacent
I remember
park
having solved
empty,
this.
and then 8 of 4 or whatever, right? Yeah.
Yeah, I think Shiv Kumar knows my contact. Somebody can probably send me a message. I will send it.
Okay, sir. I'll send you.
Sure,
Please
sir.
forward it to me.
Okay, I'll see that. I'll see. I have to go through my old papers.
By the way, what do you do?
Sorry?
What do you do? I mean, you're studying, you're teaching somewhere.
No,
What do you
I'm
do?
studying now.
And
whatever
other than
I
this?
forgot in last 55 years, I'm reviving.
Hemant, I shared this solution, what you asked.
That's a problem. Yeah, total 11 spot. I'll see that.
His car took 1 slot. So just doing 8C4, is that what you're trying to say?
Yeah, just visualize whatever I mentioned, so you get the answer. But it is hard to understand the question itself. They're a little bit tricky, but it is easy some.
No, you're missing the piece that adjustance car, right? I don't know. So 8C4 and
That's
1.
right.
Where was this question?
Mock
It
test.
is in the mock only.
8
So
number.
you can see mock paper, sir. It is
Current year
given.
mark?
8
Yeah.
number. 8
Okay.
number.
Let me see.
Yeah, I think Vishal sir has joined. Yeah.
Okay. So
We can't hear you, sir.
Is the screen now?
Your voice is fluctuating, sir.
Is it fine now?
Yeah, it is fine.
Yes.
Okay. So I was discussing about this problem where it has been given that x is a random variable in the form of exponential distribution. Okay, then you have been given some information, find the value of g such that probability of x greater than equals to 100, given that x is greater than 50 equals to what? What was that? Let me check it again. Okay, so this was probability of x greater than equals to g. Then you have to calculate the value of a g, right? How will you calculate this? Is a conditional probability, and just like if you just write it like this. This is x greater than 100, and then you have x. Sorry, here it is 100, and here it is 50. You have to take the common. What will be the common area? X greater than equals to 100, right? If you have to take the intersection for both the cases, it's one condition is what x is greater than 50, and the other condition is x greater than 100. If you take the intersection, so the numerator part will be what? Probability x greater than equals to 100.
Only 100.
Correct? The denominator part will be x greater than equals to 50.
50.
Correct?
Correct.
Okay. So this x greater than equals to 100, what can you write directly? You can just write it like 1 minus of probability of x less than 100. Correct? Equals to, you can just put it at both the places because you already know that for the continuous distribution that doesn't make any difference. 1 minus of probability x less than equals to 50. How can you write this? Probability of x less than equals to 100. This is a CDF, right? CDF for the exponential distribution. Correct. F of 100. Okay, f of 100, how do you write that?
100.
1 minus
e to the power minus lambda?
No, 1 minus e to the power minus lambda a.
100, that is.
100.
Pure x.
1 minus e to the power minus lambda times 50. Correct? So this you can equate it and this one got cancelled out. So you're left with what? E to the power minus 100 lambda, and the denominator e to the power minus 50 lambda. Right? So e to the power minus 50 lambda. So this is equals to what? Probability of x greater than equals to g is equals to e to the power minus 50 lambda. If you have to write this one, how will you write this?
One minus probability less than x less than z.
One.
This will be what? E to the power minus lambda g.
One.
What at one?
One minus.
Why one minus?
Yes.
Because greater than.
The value, the formula is x less than z, right? PDF formula or not?
No, but formula, if you just write it down. So if you, okay, I got it. What you are trying to say? You are trying to say that. So for if it was written something like that, one. So this you can write it as what? One minus of probability of x less than equals to 3.
Correct.
Correct? You can write it like this?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. So this, how will you write this? This is the what? CDF function, correct?
Yeah.
Yeah.
CDF function, how do you write? 1 minus e to the power minus lambda.
Got
g.
it. Yeah, you directly wrote.
Yes.
So e to the power minus lambda g is equals to e to the power minus 50 lambda. Correct?
Yeah.
So g is what?
Yes.
G is 50.
Just at the start of your question, answer this solution, right? When you say given is x is greater than 50, and then we are finding x greater than 100, right? Simple formula is, it's an intersection formula, like probability of x greater than or equal to 100.
Yeah,
probability of x greater than 50.
So this is what? This is probability of A intersection B.
Yeah.
Upon probability of B.
B.
So
correct.
the numerator part is what? Intersection of AB. Correct?
Okay.
Intersection of AB. So our one event is what? One event takes the value of greater than equals to 100. Okay. So this is 100. Maybe you can just think of in the real line, this is 100. One is 50. So one event is taking the values of greater than 100. One event is taking the value greater than 50. So what is the common area? Common area, I mean the intersection for both the cases is more than 100, right? Because from 50 to 100, this event is not coming, right? Correct? So that's why I directly took it as a x greater than equals to 100. Clear? Is this making sense? Are there?
Yeah.
So if you have been asked that on the real number, this is on the real number itself, like x, one value was x equals to 100, and then one value was x equals to 50. And if it is going, x can take any value greater than 100, and from the x1 is taking any value greater than 100, and x2 is taking any value greater than 50. Okay, so which area will be taking such that both the condition will be satisfied?
Greater
right?
than 100. Yeah.
Correct?
Okay.
So this is what I have to take. Correct. So
Got
that's why I directly took it as like this. Okay.
Yeah.
So it's done. The next problem. It is a median problem. We have solved it out. Okay. So now a question has been given that a robber who needs to open a lock of a house has 21 keys, out of which only one key can unlock the house. But the chance of selecting, so it has been given, some information has been given.
Your battery is low.
Yes, sir. Please put it on the choice, sir.
So the information given is that there is a robber who needs to open a lock of a house. Has a 21 keys, out of which only one keys can unlock the house. Okay, so he has a 21 keys, and out of which one will work, the other 20 will not work. This is what has been given here. The house has a 21. Okay, so now the given information is the chance of selecting a key is equally likely. Okay, so both all are equally likely. That is fine. So let x. So there is a random variable that has been defined. Xp defined as the number of trial. Robber requires. Okay, so this is easy. Open this house. So you have to find the expectation. Can you please mute yourself, whoever is there? Okay, how will you solve this? You already know that for each of the key, you have a probability of 1 upon 21, correct? And x has been defined as, x is defined as the number of trial it will require. Okay, so let's, for example, he can open it in the first attempt itself. Okay, and if not in the first, second, third, so he'll be keep on trying. But here, what can, okay, first tell me what will be the range, what can be the range of x, this random variable?
0 to 21. 1 to 21.
1 to 21.
How will you calculate the expectation now?
If 1 to 21 is equally likely, answer is 10.5, correct?
You need to calculate EX, n plus 1 by 2.
What 10 plus?
And we can take sigma n, not directly 21 trials into 121.
So sigma summation if you can take from 1 to 21. What is the value?
We can
sum the first 21 numbers and then multiply it to the probability, which is 1 point.
n plus 1 by n into
Yeah,
n plus
yeah.
1 by 2.
Correct. So you just have to do the summation n plus n by 2, n plus n by 1, n plus n plus 1 by 2, I guess. And then you have to keep it as 21 and then divide it with 21. That will be your answer. So if you're just putting it, 21 will get cancelled out. So 22, 21 plus 1 upon 2. So 11 should be the answer.
Green is stuck.
What? So see, what do you do for the expectation? If you didn't understood expectation, what do you do? Just do summation of something, xi times probability of x equals to xi. Correct? Is it? So let's, for example, the log will be opened in the first chat.
Yes.
Okay, so let's, for example, xi is 1 for the first case. In the first attempt itself, it is you got it, right? So probability will be what? So you have to do the summation from I equals to 1 to 21. So for first case, where the value is I, so probability is what? 1 upon 21, correct?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. And if you are doing in the second attempt, then at that time, what will be the probability value?
2 by 21.
No. So if you just see for x equals to 1, that is fine. You got it. Probability is 1 upon 21. Whenever the second attempt, if x equals to 2, the first attempt is what? First is fail, then is success, right? What is the probability of fail?
1 by
21.
21. Yes, 20 by 21.
And what is the probability of success?
1 by 21. Now it will be
1 by 21 or 1 by 20?
1 by 20.
1 by 20.
1 by 20.
So it will be 1 by 21 itself, correct? Similarly, if you just put it x equals to 3, fail, and then pass, correct? So if it is failing in the first attempt, what is the value? 20 upon 21? Then what is remaining?
19 by 20.
19 by 20.
Then 1 upon 19.
So again, you'll be left with 1 upon 21. Correct? I hope this is clear.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So now you can do that, right? So you have the probability value, you have the x value. Just do the summation. It will be a simple one. You'll get the answer.
Oh, sir, I want to make a comment, sir. Just say, is it correct or not? If I say that the probability of success for each random variable 1, 2, 3 will be the same, so in that case it will be 121. Is it correct?
Can you repeat that?
Probability of success for the robot to robbing a house is 1/21 for each like x equals to 1, x equals to 2. Is it correct?
No, you're just saying that the probability for
robbing the house, like he's able to find the perfect key.
So that has already been given. So he has 21 key, and all the 21 keys are equally likely. Like if he's selecting, so just think that he's just putting all the keys in the box. Randomly he's selecting one. So the probability of getting that key itself is 1/21 itself. But then also, if see the key is just taking out, but he's not putting that key in the bag. So if he's failing in the first attempt, he'll not be putting the key again, so that the probability will be like if it is a box and all the keys are there, 21 keys are there. If he's trying from the first key, he'll not be keeping again back here, right? He'll be removing, like it's not a case of replacement. Like he's just removing that key from there. So that's why we are getting the probability again as 1/21. Okay.
Okay.
Got it, right?
Vishal, I have
anything else you were
doubt
asking?
here.
Yeah.
See, there are 21 keys, and we are trying to find the number of trials the robber has to try. That's the expectation of the robber has to try in order to open the thing. That should be half of 21. No, the expectation should be half of 21, 10.5. Why is it 11?
Why is it 11? Okay, so let's do this summation itself. Okay,
No,
I guess you are
this I
just
understood.
comparing this with the dice problem.
The calculation I understood, but I'm asking.
But even though in the dice problem, but even
if I
in
have
the
5
dice
keys,
I'm getting.
Let's suppose there are 5
Okay.
keys, and I'm trying to find out. I'm asking expectation. The understanding of expectation is half, correct? So it should be 2.5. The trial is 2.5. So 2.5 times I try because all are equally likely.
Expectation something different.
Expectation is not exactly as the mean value, right? So
the x into p of x, that is what the expectation formula.
So let's, for example, you were just throwing a dice, right? And then the outcomes you were counting out. So at that time also the expected value according to you should be 3, right? That every time the expected value that you should be getting in the dice should be 3. But that's not the case. You get 3.5 as the expected value, right?
Okay. Okay. Yeah, I understand, but I'm asking why it is 3.5, not 3.
Because see,
uniform distribution, right? That you agree?
Yeah.
Okay, what is the minimum value for x? 1.
1.
The maximum value?
21.
5.
Average?
21 minus 1 by...
21
plus b by 2. 21 plus 1 by
plus 2. Okay. Oh, my average calculation was wrong. Okay, got it. Thank you, boss.
Okay. So let's move to the next problem now. So the 8th question is, so I'll just give you invested in 4 startups. Okay. Now the next, if the startup makes profit, it will yield respective profit. Okay. So for example, the startups are S1, S2, S3, and S4, and the profit that is 20, 25, 30, and 40 in unit of lakhs. That is fine. On the other hand, for each startup, the entrepreneur may not gain profit. He'll incur some loss of 10 units. Okay. On the other hand, for each startup, the entrepreneur may not gain the profit, he'll incur some loss also. Now, if the probability that he will make profit from this startup are okay, so in the loss, so these are the profit case, and for the loss, okay, then the next thing is if the probability that the will make profit from this startup is 0.1, 0.3, 0.2, and 0.1 respectively. Okay, this is for 1, 2, 3, 4. Then you have to calculate the expected value that will make a profit. Okay. So from the given information, if you have to calculate the expectation for expected that what is the will make a profit or a loss, because the value that you'll be getting can be negative or a positive. Okay. So if you just think of.
So what are these values 20, 25, 30 and 40?
No, if the startups will make a
Is
profit.
the profit?
Their profits. Yeah.
Profits.
Lakhs. Yeah.
It is in lakhs. Yeah. So that is fine. So in some unit, so you need to get them worrying about. Okay. 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 And the probability that he'll be making a profit from each of the startup is also been given. Okay. Okay. And then you have to calculate the expected value of the profit. So if you just think of, we can just define. Okay. So what we can do is we can just think of as a random variable. One random variable, like for each startup, we can just define x equals to 1 for the startup first, and 2 for the second, and 3, 4, okay, for all the 4 startups. If I have to calculate the profit first, okay, no, I guess.
Can I give a solution?
Okay, yeah, you can.
Yeah, I think we should actually calculate the expected value of X for each of the investment. So if you take the first investment, it says 20 lakhs profit on 0.9% probability, and 10 lakhs loss if it is 0.1% probability. So expectation of that profit is 20 into 0.9 minus 10 into 0.1. So you'll get the expected value of that.
So the opposite, 20 into 0.1 and 10 into 0.9.
Oh, 10 into 0.9, correct. And like that, if you do it for all the 4 and sum it, you'll get the final. I'm getting the answer as 13.5, minus 13.5.
That's correct, yeah.
Okay, Bernoulli for each.
Correct.
And since these are independent, the expectations can be added.
Correct.
That was,
yes.
Yeah. The expectation you can calculate it. X1 plus X2. For each value, you can calculate the expectation.
So this is for profit, and then you'll do it for loss also, and then just add them together.
Not the loss.
Yeah. So what you can do is 20.
Only for profit.
The probability of getting the probability is 0.1, right? And then lossing is what? Minus 10 times 0.9. Similarly, for the second case, you can just think of as making a profit is 0.3, right? So 25 times 0.3, and then making the loss, I guess, 0.7 times 10. Similarly, you can calculate for the X3 also and X4 also, and then do the summation. I guess for the first case, similarly for all the cases you can calculate, right? For the first case, you'll get what?
You'll get minus 7.
Minus 7. For the second case,
second
you'll
is
get,
plus 0.5.
0.5 minus 2, and
here you'll be getting 6 minus 8, I guess. Will be minus 2. And
minus 2 and
here
minus 5. Minus 5.
Here you get -5. So you can
And
do the
after the
summation.
summation, we are getting minus 13.5 would be the answer.
Yeah. Okay. So it will be 13 minus 13.5.
Minus 13. Yes, sir.
Yeah, this is how you can solve it. Yeah.
Can you explain the previous step, like how you calculated E of x1 and x2 separately? Like,
Yeah, see, it has been given that so if it is making the company in the form of, so some unit has been given us. For the first startup, it is 20. For the second startup, it is 25, 30, and 40, right? And probability of getting the profit is probability that the first company, wherever the person has made this investment, probability says that the first company will make the profit is 0.1. Okay, and how much it will make is in some unit 20. Okay, similarly for the second startup, the profit, the probability is 0.3 and the money that can make is 25 in some unit. Okay, you can just think of as a some unit. Okay, 20, 25, 30, and 40. But the loss is what? 10 for each cases. If it is making the loss, it will make in the form of some 10 units. Okay, and the probability you can just calculate it for S1, S2, S3, S4. So making profit is 0.1, so making loss is what? 0.9. Okay, similarly for S2, S3, S4, we can calculate it. So for each case, if you have to calculate the expectation, okay, for whole the cases, wherever they have that person has invested the money in whole the company. So 4 company has made the investment, correct? So for each of the company, we can calculate the expected profit or loss, and then can do the summation. So this is what. So expected value we have to calculate it for all the 4 companies, and you already know that this you can just put it as x1 plus x2 plus x3 expectation of each companies, right? So now what you have to do is we have to calculate the expected value of profit or loss for each company. And how do you make that? You just make it like so the unit that is getting profit. So 20 unit can make a profit, and what's the probability of that? So this is what you do, right? So x times probability of x equals to x, correct?
yes.
So yeah, so for the first company, let's for example, it's making the unit 20 unit, and probability says that it will make a profit is 0.1, right? So 0.1. So from here you're getting 2. Okay, and similarly, as you have to calculate the whole expectation, right? So 0.1 is a chance that it will make a profit. So there is a chance of 0.90% that will make a loss, correct? So that also you have to do, right? Then only you'll be able to know that whether the first company will make the profit or a loss. Okay, I hope this is clear.
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Yeah. So for each company, you have to calculate, or this formula, like you have to calculate the expectation for all the 4 companies. You can just read like that: expectation of 1 plus 2 plus 3 for 4, and all the 4 companies you can calculate the expectation. Each company's all the units has been given. Okay, how much it can make the profit if it is making, and the probability is also been given. Okay, so this much it is making the profit the first company, and the probability of making that money is also isn't given. Okay, and the loss for also given. So I hope now you can do it.
Yes, sir. So if like let's say the information about the loss is not given, so like of course there are no chances that there will be no loss. So let's say that the information about the loss is not given. So will we just like use a direct formula like this, just multiply and get the
No,
answer?
then you can directly calculate. Yeah. So 4 startup are there: x1, x2, x3, and x4. 4 startup are there. And if the loss has not been given, just you can think as that x1 equals to 20 is what? 0.1, right? And if you have to calculate the expectation, how do you calculate the expectation?
20
right?
into
So 20 yeah, so
plus and then x.
Yeah, correct. Xi times probability of x equals to xi. So 20 into probability of x equals to 20 is what? 0.1, right? And if loss has not been given, then every time it will make a profit only. Right?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
No, then also it's like loss money is not been given, but there must be some value. Then to first year it will be 1, right? If nothing has been given, just given that's just making a profit, right? If there is no information about the loss, then but the probability has been given, right? 0.1. 0.1 is given means what? It's a type of a Bernoulli type, right? There's a 10% that will make a success, but 90% chance that will make a loss. And how much loss? If the loss information is not been given, you can't calculate the expected value. Are you getting me?
Yes, sir. Thank you.
Yeah. So there must be some information regarding the loss also. And if it's not been given, then you can just think of as that it making a 100% chance that it will make a profit. Okay.
Yes, sir.
So now the next problem is, so if
Sir, some
yeah,
previous, so some similar to what we discussed will come in the end term, sir.
yeah, similar problem can come in the inter, much easier than this. Okay.
Okay.
So the next question, if the graph of a PMF of a binomial random variable of n equals to 110 is exactly symmetric about x equals to 5. Then what can be the value of p?
So anything between 0 and 1?
It has to be
That too.
0.5, na, sir.
Yeah, that
Because
has
it
to be
is
0.5. Correct. But who told that it's between 0 to 1? So it will always be 0 to 1, right? So why did you say that? So whenever you have been asked to calculate the probability thing, it will always be 0 to 1 only. Correct? And we already know that the
Yes.
shape of the probability mass function of a binomial random variable depends on the value of n and p, correct?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
For a smaller value, n equals to, what is the given information, equals to 10. If the graph is symmetric about x equals to 5, then the p value will be what? 0.5 only, correct?
Yes, sir, because it's symmetric.
Yeah.
So, but they've given that more than one option can be correct. So, like, should we consider that point also, or?
I don't know why they have given that, but only one option is correct.
Because it kind of confuses us, to recall if the 0.5 is correct or not. So,
Maybe to confuse they have given, but in the exam, I guess it will be given, right? MCQ or MSQ will be
yes, sir.
So we can equate the probabilities.
What we can?
P is, equate the probability that P is equal to 0 equal to P of 10, like that.
P
P
of
of probability at 0 equated to probability at 10. They are symmetric. So they can
Okay. You are saying that it is symmetric, so okay, got it. So the option itself saying that the value will be 0.5, right? This is what you are trying to say?
Yes. By equating, we can get the p value is equal to 0.5.
Correct. We are done with binomial. Which questions are left now? How many questions are left?
6, 7 questions.
6, 7. Question number? Okay, so the next problem. Okay, so there is one more problem that has been given here. In the form of a box, you have been given some distribution of a company's next year profit. So company has predicted that the next year's profit will follow probability distribution, and the information is given. So x equals to minus of 0.5, 0, 1, 2, and 3. And probability that x equals to x is what? 0.2, 0.15, 0.25, 0.2, 0.2. So a company has predicted that the next year's profit will follow the probability distribution that has been given in the our table. The random variable x denotes the profit in millions. Okay, that is fine. And loss is denoted by a negative. Okay, that is, so this is loss, and the other things are profit. You can just think of. And then, but the company can't retain all its profit to itself. since it has to share 15% of the profit to its investor. Okay. Okay, that's fine. The amount that the company can retain is 0.85. Okay. Then what is the approximate standard deviation of Y? Okay, so for this case, how will you do that? So you have to calculate, first of all, what you have to calculate? You have to calculate the variance. Mostly the variance. Okay, variance of what? 0.85x you have to calculate. Correct? How do you calculate this? You can calculate it like this. Variance of x. Variance of x, how will you calculate? What is the formula for variance of x?
Expectation square.
Expectation of x square minus
ax square minus x square.
Correct. So I guess now you can calculate, right? So you have been given the information, x has been given. So this also you can calculate by doing the how will you calculate the x square? Expectation of x square, how will you calculate?
Simply
Add the x and multiply it with the
x square करके
Correct. Correct. You can just do
Sir, why we are calculating variance of 0.85x?
Because it has been given in the question that you have to calculate the standard deviation of the company's profit, right? So the amount, so the company can retain a profit in the form of 0.85x. Okay. So that's why we have to calculate for the variance for 0.85x.
Okay,
so here,
sir,
see, the given information is, but the company can't retain all the profit. So whatever profit that is making, the company can't retain because 15% of the share is somebody else has put it 15% of the share. So some 15% of share is held by someone else. Okay, so the company just hold 85% of the company. So if the company is making 100 rupee, 85 rupee it can keep. Okay, so 15% it can't keep. So that's why you have to calculate with respect to 85% of x, not 100%. Okay.
Okay. Okay,
Yeah.
sir. Thank you, sir.
So this property of variance remains same for all the distributions, right?
This property, yeah, this will always be same. Like, because this you already know from the basic concept, variance of, if you have to, for just think of as a ax, right? If you have to variance, if you have to calculate that we were calculating for a sample or something like that. So if you are just, because this year the expect variance is what is the spreadness of the data from the mean data point. Okay. So here, what is the exact meaning? So expectation. So you're just putting the square, expectation of x minus mu ka whole square. Okay. So if you just do it, so this constant will just come outside. So this will be in the form of a square, variance of x, something like that. So this will hold every time. It's not dependent on independent or dependent sets. So, but if you have to do a plus b, there the independence or dependence concept will come. But this concept, this property will always hold. Okay.
Okay.
Even this property, this variance, if you are just doing variance of ax plus c, what should be the value?
A square variance of x.
You'll not be adding any constant because you already know that we just calculate the spreadness. So if you are just adding c to each of the data, even the mean is getting added with c, right? So this will get cancelled out. So you'll be left with variance of this one, correct? If you are just calculate the variance of minus x, will this be same as variance of x?
Yes, sir. -1 square will come out.
Yeah, correct. So this is what? This is multiplied with -1. So if you just do the -1 square times variance of x. So this is what? 1 times variance of x. Okay. So this can be calculated, right? This you can calculate. So expectation of x square, you can calculate all the values you already know. So just do the square times 0.2 plus 0 square times 0. So this will be 0 plus 1 square into 0.25, 2 square, and then you can calculate it, right? So you just calculate this value, put the value here. Whatever the value that you are getting, just do the square root because you have to calculate the standard deviation. Okay. Is this clear to everyone?
Yes, sir, clear.
Yes.
Okay. Let's move to the next problem. So the next problem is given as the duration of a video game in a random variable is in the form of a exponential distribution with the mean 20. Okay. So what is the expectation of an exponential distribution in the form of
1
a
minus
lambda?
x power lambda.
1 by lambda.
1 by lambda.
Okay, 1 by lambda. Okay, so this becomes very simple, right? So the question, I will not be writing the question, otherwise it will take time. So here it has been given that the duration of a video game, just hold the expectation, the duration of a video game is a random variable with the exponential distribution. Okay, with the mean of what? With the mean of
20.
20. That means 1 upon lambda is equals to what?
20.
Correct. Suppose that when you enter a video arcade, two players are playing the game independently. Find the probability that exactly one of the two will be playing for less than 40 minutes. So what do you have to calculate? What do you have to calculate? Probability such that x is less than
x is 40.
Okay. So you're just thinking that x represents the random variable representing the duration of the video game. Okay. And this is holding what? Expectation of, exponential distribution of 1 upon 20. So this is your lambda. Lambda equals to 1 upon 20, right? So lambda is 1 upon 20. Okay. You have to calculate. What is the value of this? Probability such that x is less than 40. What is that value? This is what? This CDF, right? CDF, how do you write the CDF for the exponential distribution?
1 minus
1
e power minus
x greater than
minus 40 divided by 20.
Okay, so this will be minus 40 times lambda is 20, right? So this will be 1 minus 2.
Yeah.
Now there's the other information. What is, you find the probability that exactly one of the two players will be playing for less than 40 minutes. Okay, so exactly one, what has been given? So exactly one of the two will be playing for less than 40 minutes. So let's define some event. Okay, so can somebody tell me what does that mean? If probability such that exactly one of the two will be playing for less than 20 minutes, 40 minutes, sorry. This is 40 or 20, I think. 40 minutes. What is that mean?
Probability of x less than 40 into probability of x greater than 40.
After will be playing for more than 40.
Correct. So if you have to write it in this case, how will you write? So probability such that
1 minus probability.
No, just define. Let's define E1 is the first player that is playing for less than 40 minutes, and E2 I'm just defining as the other player that is playing for less than 40 minutes. Okay, this is the first player, this is the second player. Correct.
Yes.
Now I have to calculate the probability. So what can be the case? Two cases can be there, right? The one case that E1 is playing for less than 40 and E2 is playing for more than
40.
Correct. And the other can be what? Probability such that the opposite one.
Yes.
Is this clear? If you have to calculate that probability that exactly one of them will be playing for less than 40 minutes, then what? Tell me the condition. These are the conditions. We have defined two events. The first event is what? One player. The first player is playing for less than 40, and the second player is playing for 40. Okay. And if they both are independent, what can we write? If both are independent, it has been given in the question that both are independent event, right? It has been given. Suppose that you enter a video arcade, two players are playing the game independently. If we have independent case, what do you write? For probability A intersection.
P of E1 into P of.
Correct. So you write it as probability of E1 multiply with probability of E2. Similarly, you will write the probability of E1 complement times probability of E2. What is the value of probability of E1? What is E1? That some player is playing less than 40 minutes. Okay. What is that value? We have calculated, right? 1 minus e to the power minus 2. Correct. So this is what probability such that x is less than 40. What is this? Probability such that x is greater than 40. Correct. Similarly, here also the same thing.
Yes.
X greater than 40 multiply with x less than 40. If you just do this, what is this value? 1 minus e to the power minus 2. Correct. What is this value?
Yes.
You can just put it like that. 1 minus of probability x less than 40. Correct. So you can just put it like 1 minus of 1 minus e to the power minus 2. So this will get cancelled. So you'll be left with e minus 2.
E to the power minus.
Correct. So 1 minus And the same thing will get added from here also, right? So we can just multiply with 2. So this is your answer. This should be the answer, correct? Is this clear to everyone? Okay.
So there is a similar question in graded assignment 12. So I've just pasted the question. Can you see and tell whether it's similar to one that you have right now explained?
Okay, let me see that. Question number?
So I've already given in the chat, sir. Pasted in chat.
Yeah, so the question given is the length of the time for one person to be served at the restaurant is the exponential distributed with the expected value of 4 minutes. So 1/4 is the expectation, sorry, the lambda value. And if 5 people are invited at the restaurant, then what is the probability that at least 2 of them will be served in more than 6 minutes? Okay, yeah, you can solve it with the same approach. What's the problem here?
So I couldn't do it in while doing it. So that's why I asked whether it's similar to that.
Yeah, you can solve it, I guess, with the same approach.
Okay, sir.
Yeah, maybe in the end we can solve it after the session. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, let me just copy this question. Okay, so in this case, you can direct, can't you use the binomial? Okay, it has been given the exponential distributed. If 5% invite arrive at the restaurant, and then what is the probability that at least 2 of them is served with less than? At least
You should
2.
use binomial also.
Yeah, you can use binomial also, right?
Sir, the
First,
time
you should
duration
find
is
the
given,
lambda
so
value.
that's why the issue is. It's given that the duration should be more than 6 minutes.
Okay, so you can calculate it, the probability of, in such cases where you can just think of probability t greater than 6. How will you calculate? You can calculate that, right? The probability of t greater than 6 that you can calculate, or t less than equals to 6, that will be 1 minus e to the power minus lambda t. That t is, you already know, 6 minutes.
Yes.
So what's the, 6 minutes is not going to make any difference, right? Whatever the time it can be given, it's not related to your lambda. So you can, if you just put it as what is the value? 1/4 times 6. So that will be 0.15 e to the power minus 1.5 will be your probability of time greater than t means 6 minutes. So that will be e to the.
Can we solve it structurally rather than just saying this? If at
Yeah,
all,
we can solve. Yeah, we'll solve it in the end. Okay.
Okay, great. Thank you.
Yeah. Okay, so the next problem is the duration of the game has done. Now the question is, okay, so this question is from the hypergeometric. I don't think so. This you should. So this expectation you have to calculate. You already know that n times m upon n, right? So this you can directly calculate. And what is the n value? Capital N.
12.
72.
72, right? So here it has been given fruit seller has 6 dozen bananas, out of which 6 dozen. So that means 72, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. and then 12 are rotten. If a customer wants to purchase some bananas and chooses 6, so this without repetition is occurring, right? 6 bananas. So again 6 into 12, right? So you'll be left with 1. Correct?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
So this was simple. Let's move to the next question. This you don't have any doubt, right? Hypergeometric, you just should be knowing the expectation. Maximum they can ask with expectation. Okay, but that also there's a very less chance.
Yes.
Why took the value of M is 12?
What? M is 12.
Why?
M is 12. M is
Rotten
12.
banana
M is the
is
number of rotten bananas and N is 6. That is the number of selected bananas. So this is the how many times that you are selecting. Okay, and this is what the type
Okay,
for
sir.
which you are calculating the expectation. Yeah. So this M is what the number of rotten bananas that you have. Correct?
Sir, capital.
Yes, sir.
Capital N is the total number of bananas that you have. Like here it has been 6 dozen.
Here.
So
Okay.
okay. So if we start with some basket with some balls, like 4 balls, 4 white balls, 3 black balls, so it will be 7, right? And then you're doing some n times, you're doing 2 times, 2 balls, that's including. And then if you have been asked to calculate the expected that if you are doing the 2 times, the number of white ball that you can get. Okay, so then just you can just do that. N will be 2 here, and then M will be 4. So in that case, you can just do it like 2 into 4. In this way, you can generally calculate the expected value of that particular. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Yeah. So the next problem is the average number of penalties charged by a police in a day for not following the traffic rule is 5. Okay. So and that is so the average number of penalties. So I guess this is a mean for a Poisson distribution. I hope. I assume that the number of penalties charged on different days are independent. Okay, and then follow the Poisson distribution. Okay, so this has been given that X is following a Poisson distribution of lambda. And what is the value of lambda here?
20.
20. Yeah. 5,
5.
right? 5.
Oh,
It's
sorry,
given the
sorry,
average
5.
number of penalties is 5, right?
5.
Okay. So the Poisson is for the number of occurrences of fixed interval of time. The interval of time it has been given as 24 hours in a day, and then the number of that occurrence is like some penalties that has been like charged by a police. Okay, assume that the number of penalties charged on different days are independent. Okay, so that is fine because one day, so that doesn't make any impact on the second day number. So it follows up Poisson distribution. Find the probability that you have to calculate what? You have to calculate probability such that X is less than 4. Less than 4 penalties has been charged in a day. So how will you calculate? What
1
is this?
minus X greater than 4.
No, that you can calculate, right? Or you can calculate directly. Because you already know that PMF of Poisson. What is the PMF Poisson? Is 1 minus lambda times lambda to the power x upon x factorial. Correct?
Yes.
So this is probability x equals to x. So you can just, because you already know that PMF for the Poisson, you can just write it as x equals to 1, 0, sorry. Then plus probability of x equals to 1, 2, 3, right? 2, and probability of x equals to 3. Do the summation of all these cases, you'll get the value. Correct? This is doable, simple, right?
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir. If you're getting this type of problem, be a bit attentive toward your calculation, because even though you know the concept, you can do the mess up with the calculation. Okay, so try to, because this is exponential, right? It's calculated. You don't have the hand calculator. You have to use that thesis calculator. Okay, so inbuilt calculator, that is there. So try to solve as much as possible and then use the calculator at once. Do not use the calculator like every time. So just solve it, and then in the end you just use like for this example, I just want to clarify.
In that
So the
calculator,
first is
exponential.
Calculator was not calculating correct values.
that is not the case. That's can't be the case.
No,
So,
actually,
see, for
that
this,
exponential how to calculate? Can you show it? Actually, I tried it, and after I put 2.71 and power and I just minused it. Because the minus value I can't able to do in that calculator, whichever they given in the exam.
No. 1 upon that you can do, right? 1 upon 2.7.
1 upon I will do, but in normal calculator, scientific calculator, I can do directly.
I guess in the thesis also it must be there. I don't know. Like.
Write first. Hello. Write
Yeah.
first in bracket and then e to the power x and press equal to get the value, the right value.
That is what I'm asking. Everybody should know, right?
Desmos.
But we are not aware.
You can try in Desmos. It will be more accurate.
No, Desmos.
Exam is 1 week provided.
Not used to Desmos.
Ilango, the same calculator is given in the portal. You can keep practicing it.
TCS, TCS calculator.
Okay, sir. But actually, the e power minus, I cannot able to do minus. I after every time you do the exponential, then I have to subtract it by 1. I mean 1 by e power. I have to put.
What if you plus or minus sign
No.
the number?
Write first in bracket, a small bracket, it जो power में लिखा है वो उसके बाद e to the power x equal to. And then find get the value.
Just add the minus sign before any number and then do e to the power x.
Let me try.
Yeah.
That's what actually if you are showing, then it would be helpful for a lot of people. I mean, this question was asking a lot of people. Thank you.
But I can't show it like now.
Okay then.
Ilango,
Yeah, sir.
in your calculator, in your
Total it is given.
minus 5 e power x. It will give you e power minus 5. Put the x first and then press the e power x second.
Okay. Thank you.
Okay. So I hope you can use this. So what I was trying to say is, whenever you have this type of a calculation, for this you can directly write it as e to the power minus 5, 5 to the power 0, and then 0 factorial. So e to the power minus 5 you can just take out as a common and then do all the other stuff. Okay, and use this e to the power minus 5 only once. Okay, so that for you it will be beneficial. You don't have to use each time e to the power minus 5 and then mess up the calculation. Okay, so this is what I'm trying to say. I hope you understand that. Okay, so for Poisson, it will be hectic for you to calculate, but if you have to get the answer, you'll have to calculate that. Now the next problem is you're left with only 2-3 problems are left. One problem, according to a survey, so the question is given as, according to a survey, time taken by a teenager to finish a box of a donut is uniformly distributed from 1 to 6. Okay, so this is from 1 to 6. This is 1 upon 6. You already know that if this is a, b, so this will be b plus a by 2. B minus a by 2. The height will be. So what should be the height for this case? This is 1 and this is 6. Oh, sorry, what was that? 6. Okay, then it will be 1 upon 5. Because
sir, which question is this?
This is 12th question or the second last, I guess. So I'll just read out.
Okay,
I'll
sir,
read
got
out.
it.
You got it right. So this is a question. So I'll just read out the question. The question, according to a survey, a time taken by a teenager to finish a box of a donut is uniformly distributed from 1 to 6. And you already know that how to calculate the height, because you have to get the area as a 1 for any probability distribution function. Okay, and it is a continuous, I guess. Then it has been given a cafe in a Delhi used this data for its advertisement that challenges teenager to finish a box of a donut within 100 seconds to win a grand prize. A teenager, somebody Ajay, accepted this challenge. Then what is the probability that he'll finish the box of a donut within 4 minutes, given that he lost the challenge? What do you have to calculate? You have to calculate. He lost the challenge. That means he's not able to do it in the 100 seconds. He took it more than 100 seconds. So the given information is he's taking more than 100 seconds. And what we have to calculate is taking what? The information is within 4 minutes. So x less than equals to 240. You can just think of this as a 60, this as a 360. Correct? And then this will become 1 upon 3n. How will you calculate this? This is simple, right? You have a uniformly distributed uniform distribution. Okay, with AB has been given to you. You already know that how to calculate the height, and basically you have to calculate the probability value. You just have to calculate the area. For this case, we have the PMF or PDF. Sorry, PDF. Well, it's a continuous distribution function. So you have the information regarding the PDF. Okay. So for any uniform distribution, you already know how to represent this in a form of graph, right? You know how to calculate the height, that you all know 1 upon b minus a, correct? So that the area will be equals to 1. So this is what height into b minus a should be equals to 1. So the height will be 1 upon b minus a. Now how will you calculate this? How will you calculate this? The numerator part will be what?
X
Probability of what? X. Yeah.
Sir,
From
how did
100
you
to 240.
and 360? The value.
This is 6 minutes, right? So in second it will be 360, right?
Okay.
If it is 1 minute, so in the second it will be 60 seconds, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. Now you have to calculate this value, right? Here it has been said that he just lost the whatever the competition was there. He just lost it. That means he is taking more than 100 seconds, but he has to finish it in the less than. What is the probability that he finishes less than 240 seconds? Correct. So now, what is the probability that he lost the? Okay. So this is what you have to calculate it. How will you calculate this? What is the value of this? This is what? If you want to write it in the form of a CDF, how will you write this? This how will you write? F of what? 240 minus f of 100, correct?
Yes, sir.
Have you understood this? How do you write this? I guess you already know,
Sir,
right?
can I say something, sir?
Yeah.
Sir, in question it is written to finish a box of donut within 100 seconds. It should be less than 100.
No, he
But you
lost
have
the challenge.
written-
He lost the challenge. If he's losing the
Oh.
challenge, that means what? He would have taken more than 100 seconds, right?
Yes, sir.
Correct? So that's why I wrote it like this.
Okay, sir.
Otherwise, there is no problem. There's no, like, if it was given that it is he's finishing in less than 100 seconds, then there is no point of asking this question itself, right? He's finishing more than 100 and less than 240 seconds. Okay.
Sir, numerator, how you are getting it between 100 to 40? Because it is again a P of A intersection B. Earlier sums we took it as
Okay. Correct. So let's see. You have what? You have something probability of A given B. You are writing it as a probability of A intersection B. Correct? Upon probability of B.
Yeah.
So the first one case is what? You can just put it in the form of a real line. One value is 240. One is 100. Correct? One is what? X greater than 100. X greater than 100. The other is X less than 240. This. What is the common area? This area, right?
Yeah.
Okay. So till now it was clear. So now you can write this as 240 minus 100, right? This you know, right? How to write this?
Yes.
Okay. How can
No.
you write this?
No.
1 minus x less.
Okay, so you don't know how to write this. So
It
for
was
f,
CDF formula.
yeah, this is CDF simple formula, right? So for f, any function of f x equals to x, what is the value? Probability till this value x, right? X1. Correct? So you can just think of as probability of x less than x1, x2, correct? Or x2, x1. So this will be what? Probability of x2 minus probability of till x2 and then till x1. You can do the subtraction. The area that you are getting will be that value. Should I explain it more or in the form of area, or this is clear?
Clear, sir.
That's fine.
Okay. So, and now how will you write this? Probability of x greater than 100?
1
This you can
minus
write it
x
as
less than
x
100.
less than. And this is what? This is f100,
F of
right?
100.
F of 100. So this will become f of 240 minus f of 100 by 1 minus f of 100. Correct. For any uniform distribution, if you have to calculate it for one, this was from 60 to 360. If you have to calculate F40, how will you calculate F40? F40 is what? So from this is 240, let's for example, you have to calculate this area, right?
Yes.
Correct? So what will be this area?
240 minus 60.
360.
240 minus 60 upon?
Divide 360 minus 60.
Okay, so 360 minus 60, that basically is 300 itself, right? So this we are calculating, you have to calculate the area of a rectangle. So this length is what? 240 minus 60 is what? 180. And what is the height? 1 upon 5. What was the height?
1 upon b minus a.
1 by
That
5.
is 300, sir. 360
300,
minus
right?
60.
Correct?
Yes.
So length into width you have done, you got this. Now we have to calculate the 100, F100. F100 is what? Till 100, right? This is 100. Now calculate this rectangle. Calculate this rectangle.
100
So this
minus
is what?
6, 100 minus
Yeah.
60 upon 360 minus 60.
Correct. So the length is
Yeah.
what? 40 and the width is what? 300, right?
Yes,
So you
sir.
can just do it like that. 40 by 300. Similarly, 1 minus of 40 by 300.
Yes, sir.
You can do this, you will get the answer, right? It will be 180 minus 40 upon 260. So it will be 140 by 260. Correct?
So if we do it using integration, then
No.
what will be the limits?
No, integration, why will you put? Okay, then integration, we are doing the integration only, right? The area is what? Integration. Correct? If you want to do it in the form of integration, you can just put it. What is the equation? What will you write the equation? You
1 by 5.
integration 1 by 5, that is fine. But I'm just
1 by 5.
asking you, we are doing the integration only. Integration is the area calculation, right? So we are calculating the area itself.
Yes,
Okay.
sir.
So we are calculating the first case, your integration, if you're just integrating, your length will be what? From 60 to 240. Because in the fx, if you have to calculate 240, that means what? Till 240, you have to calculate the area, right? So whatever the function that you have, okay, you calculate the area. So your function is what? 1 upon 5, sorry, 1
Yes,
upon
sir.
300 in the form of a second. You have to calculate it from where? 60 to 240. So this will become your length and this will become your width. You
Yes.
calculate the area of a rectangle. This is how you do it. Okay? Clear?
So
Yes, sir.
the limits will be from 100 to 240, right? Because they are saying 100 seconds.
If you have to calculate from f to 240, the limit will be from 60 to 240, or you can say that minus infinite to 240, because the function is defined from 60 to 240. That's why it's from 60 to 240.
No,
Okay,
sir,
for f.
So if we are putting the function to the integration, we can directly calculate from 100 to 4 minutes, right? 100
That you
seconds to
can
4
calculate.
minutes.
Yeah, directly you can calculate. Yeah, if somebody, so from here you can directly calculate. This is what you just have to calculate from 100 to 240. 100 to 240 is what? 140, right? So if this is your rectangle, right? This is from 60 to 240, it has been defined. Sorry, 360, it has been defined. You have to calculate the probability from 100 to 240. So you have to basically calculate this area. Correct? This area you can calculate. Length is what? Length is 140. 240 minus 100. And what is the width? Width is 1 upon 300. Correct? And the denominator part also you can calculate, right? For the denominator part, you have the area 60 to 360. You have to calculate the area from 100 till the last one. So you can just integrate it from 100 to 360. That means the length is what? 260 and the width is what? 1 upon 300. So you can just do it like 1. So 300 get cancelled. So you are left with what? 140 upon 260 as the final answer. Okay, from both the cases you'll get the same answer. I hope this is clear. Are you able to understand this? Have you understood this? Are you able to hear me?
Yes.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So then, okay. So is there any question that is left? I hope one question is
We
left.
have one.
Parking
Yes.
question.
That parking question.
Which question?
car parking question.
Car parking question,
Okay.
sir.
Sir, even the dice question.
The dice question also.
This
Yes, sir.
dice one
Sam
has
and
not
Nina.
discussed.
Okay. 2 questions are left, right?
Yes,
Yes,
sir.
sir.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So the one question is, I guess you are talking about this question. John parked his car among 10 cars in a row in a mall parking. Not at either end. So he parked his car among 10 cars. Among 10 cars in a row. Okay, among 10 cars in a row. Okay, there's some space for 10 cars in a mall parking, not at the either end. Okay, so he didn't put it in the either end. So which has a capacity of 11 cars. Which has capacity of 11 cars. Okay. Now it has been asked in how many ways it is possible that on his return from the mall, he finds that, so what is this? In how many ways it is possible that on his return from the mall, he finds that exactly 5, including his car of the 11 spaces are still occupied. So both neighboring, there's so many conditions there. Both neighboring parking lot around his car are empty. Okay. So the given information is John parked his car among 10 cars in a row. Okay. In a mall parking, not at the either end, which has the capacity of 11 cars. In how many ways it is possible that on his return from the mall, it's possible that on his return from the mall, okay, he finds that exactly 5 cars, including his car, of the 11 places are still occupied. Exactly 5 in his return. That both neighboring parking plots around his cars are empty. Then okay, got it. Sorry. Okay, so what is has been given? Both the neighboring places of the John's car are empty, right? Are you there?
Yes, sir.
Yeah. So both the
Yes, sir.
neighboring
Yes,
places
sir.
for the John car are empty, right?
You just draw it.
Yes.
Okay. So now the remaining places are what? How many places are remaining? So 11 places was there.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Yes.
So basically you have to just calculate that he have to, out of 11, 5 should be occupied, right?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Out of 11, 5 cars to be occupied, and he already know that 2 of the places is empty. So out of 11, 2 gone. Okay, so 5 minus what? 11 places are there, 2 gone. because 2 are the that is include 1 gone for his car. So 8. And how many cars? Because it has been showed that 5 is included. His car is included, so I guess 5 minus 1. So I have 8C4, I guess. Go 8C4, that is the option. 8C4 is how much?
8C4 70.
Yeah, 70 is the answer given also. But the question is not that clear. Like the language itself
Sir,
is
why do we subtract why do we subtract 2 and 1 from 11? 2 because of endpoints are empty. But why 1?
Because of his car itself.
Okay, sir. Got it.
Okay, sir. Then why we plus 5 again and minus 1?
What 5? That's why we have kept 5 minus 1 because that car is included, right?
Okay, sir. Now, how we determine the answer is 70?
Sir, could you explain how did you get 8 and 4?
Okay, see, I just thought that the 2 places that he already said that is empty. You just read the question again. The first line is like this of, I don't know why this first line just John parked his car.
We shall just draw it actually, so people can be able to visualize. Simply just put a box and people can be understand easy.
Yeah, that's better.
So you can just think of as what in the starting, how many places was there? 11 spots are there. 11 parking spots are there, right?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
And he's not putting at the either end. Okay, so 11 spots are there. He's not putting at the either end. So now how many?
9.
No. The question is what?
So there are total 11 cars parked, including John's.
No. Capacity is 11.
Okay, so 1 is empty.
No, capacity is 11 among the 10 car. That means his car was 11.
So that's what it.
But initially we are choosing, there are 9 spots, no? You can choose any one of the 9 spots. So 8C4 should be multiplied by 9, isn't it?
Okay. Give me just 1 minute.
It is not a
Got it.
combination.
No. Yeah. Just give me 1 minute. I just have to think. Okay. So 11 spots are there, but his car is like 10 cars are already there. So his car is one of the 10, right? So park this 10 car among the 10 cars in a row.
10 cars were there. 1 car is his. So there are 11 cars.
No. 11 car is the capacity that can hold.
He said he's parking among 10 cars.
But that does not change anything, guys. The question
No. The question is,
once he come back, what is the probable possibility that he will have only 5 cars, right, in the parking? That is what we need to find out. So the car may come and go, and there will be number of variation within that hour or 5 hours or whatever. But what is the probability that it will have only 5 cars?
No. Correct. So exactly 11 spots are there, right? So we can just think of as 11 spots. And when he came back, exactly 5 of them are filled, right? This is what has been given here. He finds that exactly 5, including his car, of the 11 places are still occupied now. Okay, whatever the condition.
So the 5 includes his car also.
So there are 6 empty spaces.
Can I?
No, there is no. Okay, yeah.
Yeah, I think the way, I don't know, I may be wrong, but the way it is I understood is, suppose he cannot park at the either end, right? And that is number 1. Number 2 is, the second condition is whenever he's parking, wherever he's parking, the nearby neighbor's parking slot is also should be empty, right? So that is second condition. So he's actually taking in 3 places, he has only 1 car. So if you remove 3 places out of 11, the remaining places are 8. Okay, and in 3 places he has only his 1 car. So out of 5, 1 car is already occupied. So you have to choose 4 car out of remaining 8 places. So that's the reason why it is 8C4, which is 70.
And here I want to ask why it is not 8C4 times 4 factorial, because the changes in the position, he will see them as different when he's coming, when he comes from the mall, and when he sees the different permutations of the 4 cars, they will be different to him.
Absolutely.
So it should be 8C4 times 4 factorial.
Not 4, it could be 9 also.
It should be 9.
Okay, but it is not that the number of ways that has been asked. I think what is possibly asked, I don't know. I mean, that was my question also. Why it is not 9 multiplied by 9, right? So I don't know the answer to this question. Sorry.
No. Why not 9? I can answer, because he's seeing only 4 cars. He's seeing only 4 cars are there except his. So when he has parked in one position, only the remaining 4 cars can be arranged across his car.
No, but he can park anywhere, right?
No, but when he has parked in one particular spot, no. So when he comes back, he will see his car in the same spot. It's not that he will see his car in 9 different spots.
Changing. Okay.
So with that, we have only 4 cars, and then every time he comes back and the 4 cars are placed in different places, he will see them as different. But we can see from the option that 4 factorial is not multiplied.
Yeah, I don't know that. Sorry. Yeah.
No, whatever he's saying, totally correct. I also agree with this. Because there can't be only 7 conditions, 70 possible ways. Even 70 possible ways is very less.
Yes, that's what I'm saying.
Because in
between, it will be what I calculated was 1680 something. It's basically 8P4. What comes
because
out.
See, according to the question that has been given, it's just say that while he returns, okay, by that time, what can be the possible ways, right? So exactly. If it has been asked, then you can have like this 70 from itself. It's like, I don't think 70 can be any option, because 70, 8C4, I just told that because I thought that, okay, so nearby, it can't be, we came back, okay, nearby, there can't be any car. So 2 position gone out of 11 position, right? Now you're left with only 9 position. 9 middle spot is been left, right? Out of how many? 11 was there, right? And then I just removed 1 car of the John.
Correct.
So we are left with what? 8 spot, and then 4 has to be put down, because he is sure about his car, right? Because he has kept it at that place.
Yes.
Right? So we can just remove 1 spot. So out of 11, we are left with 8 spot, and then 4 are the other that he can see, right? But in between, there can be any other combinations also, right? So
yes,
that
any other combination of those 4 cars.
So, but okay, the possible could be explanation. You don't worry about the 4 cars. Like suppose there are 4 cars and they are assume that they are of different color. Then you can see, okay, the first was red, second was blue, and third was yellow, whatever.
Yes.
It's just 4 car, right? So if they are changing their position, it doesn't matter. Therefore, you don't multiply by anything, because the question is just he needs this 4 car to be seen there, right? In what order, whether they are in number of different order, that doesn't matter, because the color of the car, I mean, that is not the question here, right?
Yeah, but that would have mattered if there was an option that was.
Yeah, if they says that if the cars are different and if their positions.
No. Even if the question remains same, and if there was an option that the answer was 8C4 times 4 factorial and 8C4, then there would have been a confusion that which one is correct or which one is asked.
Could be. I mean, that's what I just reread the question. I'm just throwing possible,
Can someone tell me why you're excluding 9, multiplying by 9?
Because when John kept his car, he knows exactly where he has kept his car. We are seeing that what John sees after he has returned from the mall. So he knows where he has kept his car.
So there is no possible changing of his car position. So
yeah,
eliminate those positions. Yeah, you're right. That's what. You got it, Shugit?
Yeah.
Okay.
But see,
it is confusing. Yeah. Question is
I know. That's the reason I asked while Vishal sir was actually arranging his laptop to a lot of you.
It doesn't say that you have to fixate on one position after the car is parked. No information is given.
No, but if you read deeply
Or is
and if
the
you
permutation
understand our
which he was
answers,
talking about.
no, that is not because I don't know. So,
No, we'll be speculating if I give opinions here.
See, if I'll just think of, so if you'll just read the statement again, in how many ways it is possible that on his return from the mall, he finds that exactly 5 cars are there. Okay, so if I have 11 position, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and 11 positions are there. Okay, so these are the 11 spots, correct, where the car can be parked, and he sees 5 cars. Okay, out of that, one is his car. And he sees that if the car of the John, let's for example, this is the John car. Okay, so this is empty. Both this thing are empty. Correct? This is what has been written. If both the neighboring plot are empty. Okay, now we are left with how many spots? 1, 2, 3. One is the John car, right? One, this will not be including. So now we are left with 8 spots. Okay, and still occupied. 4 places are occupied.
you're correct. Go ahead. You're correct. So there are you're correct. Go ahead.
Yeah, you're correct.
But okay.
See, the question is how many ways he can see just 5 cars. It is not.
How many ways he can see 4 cars missing? We are not talking about what is the occupancy.
Correct. Only he can see 4 cars. They can be anywhere.
Yeah. The question is, in how many ways he will find the empty slots? The 4 slots will be allotted in this 8 as empty. That's the only variation he can see, because he is not asking how many ways that the cars can be filled. Some car would have gone, another car would have come. That way there is no end. When he comes back from the work, he sees apart from his car and the adjacent 2, there is 4 more missing, in which how many combinations? It could have been the extreme left, it could have been the right, one after the other. Those kind of a combination is what is asked. So you got to choose 4 slots out of 8 available slots.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it makes sense. Can we move to the next question? The last one.
Sorry. But then there is a first line which says multiply by 9 is still applied because
No, because he left his car and that his position is fixed.
Yeah, but then when he came,
it doesn't get moved.
Look at the first line, please.
Sorry?
The first line.
No.
John parked his car among 10 cars in a row and not at the inner end. So he could park his car at one of those 9
after parking, right? This is on his return. He is going to find the 4 slots empty.
His car is fixed on the spot.
Find the 4 slots empty among the.
Hello.
Yeah.
Am I audible? Yeah. Okay, so I just joined now.
Hey, hello, sir. Hi.
Yeah. Hi. Hello.
Good evening, sir.
Good evening. I was a bit delayed. Sorry about this. Okay, so
came at the right time, actually.
What is the discussion going on?
We are hunting for the missing cars. You come and
that John parking car problem.
Okay. So what is the issue? I think is it done? It seems correct, right?
Prashant, go ahead.
There are 2 issues, Prashant sir. There are 2 issues. One is.
Yeah, Vishal, can you make me course, please?
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm just making it.
Yeah, please. Thanks. Yeah, please go ahead.
Okay, so one of the issue that was being discussed here is why not there is a multiple of 9? Why not we are multiplying with 9? And the second issue was that when he comes, the ordering of the car matters or doesn't. These are the 2 issues that are currently being discussed, as I understand them.
Okay.
Yeah, you're right.
One second, let me read out the question. Just give me 1 minute. I'm not sure why my writing device is not working. Okay, one second. I'm not able to share my screen also. Yeah, okay. So as I can read the question, Vishal, can you please share your screen? I'm not able to share my screen.
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks. Okay, so the question is all about John parked his car among 10 cars in a row, right? In a mall parking, not at the either end, which has capacity of 11 cars. So I think as Vishal sir has, draw some 11 places. So question is, in how many ways it is possible that on his return from the mall, he finds that exactly 5, including his car, of the 11 places are still occupied, if both neighboring parking slots around his car are empty. So if you see where Vishal sir has, like, suppose John had parked his car at the 5th place, okay? So that means 4th place and 6th place will be empty, right?
Correct.
Correct.
Yeah.
Now, so the main question is all about when he's coming back from the mall, he will see only 5 cars, including his car, right? So the only question is all about remaining out of 8 places. Those 4 cars can be anywhere. So thing is that it's just a simple concept. We have to choose 4 places out of 8. It can be anything. Car can come and go in between. That doesn't matter. So main thing is whenever John is coming from the mall, he will see only 5 cars, including his car. So he know where he parked his car, including empty. I mean, either side is empty, right? Where he has parked his car. Rest, main thing is we have to choose 4 places out of 8. That's all. Irrespective of the number of cars, came and went. That's all.
No,
That
that's
doesn't
correct.
matter, right?
The
So
question was only the order of the car is important. Suppose there are yellow, blue, red, and white car. Even though
irrespective
there
of
are 5 cars, but
yeah, forget about
order of
yellow,
the okay.
brown, black,
Mhm.
red and all anything. That's not a case here. So thing is that we have to just choose 4 places for other 4 cars. That's all. Are you getting my point? Okay. So you can think like that. Suppose there are a seat of there is 11 seats in front of a mall, for example, and you kept your one luggage in one of the place, and you went inside the mall, and whenever you are coming back, you can see like some 4 like including your luggage, there are some 5 there are 5 total bags, some luggage, some other random people. So what is the case? So in those total 11 seats, 3 are already occupied. Already occupied means 1 for John, and either side will be empty, right? So that means remaining 8 places, any 4 bag can be there, right, at anywhere. Okay, I'm not worrying about black bag is there or
No,
red
correct.
red
So
bag is there, right? So we are
the
not
other
worrying
way,
about order here.
the other way to say is 5 spots are filled only, right? Irrespective, right? Of the
Yeah,
cars, let's say.
yeah, irrespective, yeah.
Yeah.
The only condition we have to take care of, the both side, I mean either side will be empty where John has parked his car. I hope this is clear now. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. So I think all questions has
Actually,
been discussed. Yeah.
It's clear what you said, but the question is little ambiguous, is what we felt. And the first question also, the first line also states that he parked the car somewhere, but it is not mentioned he parked it on 4th or 5th or 7th.
No,
So the
anywhere. Okay. So
obvious,
you can
no, the natural understanding. I
uh-huh.
understand what you're saying. The natural understanding is we have to calculate that 9 and then multiply it with 8C4. Like, just I'm telling you, this is what we felt. Okay, nothing right or
Okay,
wrong.
okay. No, that's not a case actually. If you're talking about that confusion in question, we'll make those necessary changes. But agenda behind the question is this, right? I hope this is clear now.
Got it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
okay, all right.
We have one more last questions to discuss. 2 players, Sam and Nina.
Okay. Actually, my writing device is not working. I'm not sure why it's happening.
Okay. So Prashant, I'll deal with that.
Yeah, please. Yeah, thanks.
Okay, so our last problem for the today is so here the question is 2 players Sam and Nina throws a pair of a dice alternatively and independently. Okay, that's fine. Sam wins if he throws a sum of 6 points before Nina throws a sum of 7 points. Okay. While Nina wins. Okay, so I'll just write 2 players are there. You can see my screen, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. 2 players are there,
Yes, sir.
and then they are throwing a dice alternatively, one after the other. Sam wins if he throws a ball, if he throws a sum of a 6 point before the Nina throws a sum of a, okay. So here the sum should be 6, and here the summation should be 7. And if that's fine. The next line is the Sam wins if he throws the sum of 6 points before the Nina throws the sum of a 7 points. While Nina wins if she throws the sum of a 7 point before the okay, that's the same statement. If Nina begins the game, okay, so Nina will start, begins the game, then what is the probability that Nina is winning the game? Okay. So this is, let's for example, just defining a event. N is for in means Nina only, and then getting the sum as 7. The sum as 7, and S is for getting the summation as 6. If Nina is beginning the game, if Nina starts, okay, then what is the probability that she can win the game? So the summation should be what? 7. Okay. If we throw the sum of 6 points before, okay, fine. Okay, got it. So let's, for example, we're just talking about the first one. So the first one, Nina starts. What is the probability that she'll win in the first throw itself?
Six by 1.
1 by 6.
1 by 6.
1 by 6.
How 1 by 6?
And unbiased dias, first it
What?
An
Because
unbiased
sum
dice, it was
can
1
be
by
7,
6 at each
right?
equally likely every dice.
Got to look at all the possibilities of 2 dice
Yes.
and choose those which sum up to 6.
Correct. So if you just see that, wait, this is not working.
1, 5, 2, 4, 3, 3.
6 by 36.
For
That will also
7,
be 6.
it should be 3, 4, 4, 3, 2, 5, 5, 2, and 1, 6, 6, 1 to come out to be summation 7.
How many values are there? 6.
One is not,
Plus 6.
not for 6. Calculate only for Sam's probability. Okay, Nina is 7. Okay. 1, 6, 2, 5.
2, 5, 4, 3. 4, 3, 3, 4, 5, 2.
Your screen is
It's not visible.
visible now. Now visible. Yeah.
That's it.
Okay, so these are the first case, right? She begins the game, she wins the game. Okay, so the probability of winning this is what? 6 upon 36. First row. Okay. Now the second chance Sam will get. The third chance will again Nina will come up to Nina, right? So in this first, okay. So Nina is throwing 2 dices. So the probability that Nina can win in the first chance itself, she has thrown 2 dices and she can win in is the 6 upon 36, right? If so, that in the next time, the first time Nina will throw 2 dice, then Sam will throw 2 dice, then Nina, Sam, Nina. This is how it will go. in the first time itself, okay, if she gets 7 as a collective, as a whole summation as a 7, then she will win. Correct?
Yes, sir.
Yes,
Right?
sir.
What is the probability of getting that? Probability of winning Nina in the first chance itself is 6/36. Correct? So the summation somebody told, right? 1 6. She can get 1 6 in first in the 1, and the second throw, he's getting 6. So this is how she can get, right? This is the possible whole possible ways, right? Out of 36 possible ways, she can get this 6. This is like of winning the cases, right?
Yes,
Are you
sir.
getting me or not? If this she is getting sum as 7, she will win. Okay, so this is how she can get a sum as 7. So 6 1 1 6 and 4 3 3 4 5 2. Okay, so the probability that in the first chance itself Nina wins is 6/36, right? The next chance is for what? Sam. Correct? In the second chance, what? Sam is throwing the dice, right? The second chance he can't win. Again, in the third chance, let's see the third chance. If Nina has to win in the third chance, how can she win? That means in the first two chances, so first two chances what? First, she should have lost.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Correct?
Yes, sir.
That
And
means
Sam
probability
also
of
lost.
and
Probability of
complement.
Nina.
Yeah, and then again probability of what? Sam
Probability
complement,
of Sam
right? She would
complement.
have lost, and then probability of end. Winning, Nina is winning the third chance. Correct?
Yes.
So what
Yes,
can be
sir.
the possible? What should be the possibility? So for losing, if for winning 6/36, for losing it will be 30/36. Correct?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
And what is the possibility for Sam to win?
Same. 30.
Sam can win
31
30/36. Same.
Sir, it's also same 6/36.
5
So
by
for
36.
the law,
No, it will
31
be
by
5 by
36.
36. It will be 5, right?
5 by 36.
If you have to get the summation as 6, summation of 6 can come from what? 1551, and then 4224, and then you have 331. Correct? So you'll be having 5 possible ways. So the possibility, the probability that Sam can win in the second phase, the winning probability of Sam is what? 5/36.
5 by 36.
Correct?
36. Yes, sir.
31
So
by
it'll be
36.
31 by 36.
Yeah. So
31 by
losing her
36.
is 31/36.
Yes, sir.
Correct? And then again winning
Into 6 by
6 by
36.
36.
6 by 36.
6 by 36.
Correct? So again, we can just think of as, again, when can Nina win? In the fifth chance, right?
30/36, sir.
Yeah, that is fine. In the first, she can win. The third, she can win. And again, the next chance will be of Sam, right? So again, in the fifth chance, she can win, right? Nina?
Yes, sir.
Right?
Fifth chance,
So,
yeah.
Yes,
okay,
sir.
so probability of winning, the probability that this Nina can win is what? In the first chance, or in the third, or in the fifth, or seventh, ninth, something like that, right? So you'll have to do the summation of all those cases, correct? So the first case is what? 6/36. The second case
yes,
is
sir.
what? 30 by 36 into
Product.
31/36 into 6 by 36, correct?
Yes, sir.
And then you have to do the same repetition of this, but 30 by 36. And then you'll be having
31,
losing this.
31
And
by
then
36.
again Nina is losing 30.
30 by
And Sam
36.
is losing again. So 31 by
31
36.
by 36.
And then she is winning. So you
6
can
by
just
36.
think of as this as R, this is repeating again and again. This you have to do the summation, correct? So you
Yes,
have to
sir.
do the summation of what? So you'll be just taking 6 by 36, just think of, because 6 by 36 every time will come, because we are just, because in the first or in the third or fifth, seventh, anytime she is winning, right? So we have to calculate the probability that she wins. So 6 by 36 will come as a common, right? Every time. So 1 plus the remaining question is what? The remaining is with this one, correct? So this you can just think of as what? 30/36 into 31/36.
Then twice and then thrice and then.
Correct. So this will be a GP, I guess. This will be a GP with R, this one. Correct?
Yeah, you're right. Yes, sir.
See.
Yes, sir.
And again, this will be summation of what? Again, the same R, and then R will
Whole
get
square.
multiplied here, right? Because this, you can see that this is R, and this R is getting multiplied again. And then 1/6/36, that we have taken as a common, right? So this will be what? 6/36 in 1 plus R plus R square. It will go till infinite, right? Because we don't know when she will win, correct? So this we can do it as 1/6 and 1/1 minus R. So that will be 1 upon 6 and then 1 minus whatever the R is. R is what? 30 into 31 upon 36 whole square. Fine?
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
So this will be the probability that Nina wins. And you can just simply do for the Sam also. Same thing. The Sam will win when? Second, fourth, sixth, something like that. Because C get a chance at that time itself. Correct? So if you have to calculate for the Sam, you can calculate it, right? Did you understood or not? Should I repeat it?
So can you explain in short?
In short, like see, here it has been given the two players are playing. So both are having two dice, or maybe the same dice they are using. Two dices are there. Okay. In such a way that if Sam gets sum as 6, she'll win. And Nina gets 7 as the summation, she will win. Okay. And Nina will start the game. Okay, so if Nina is starting, maybe in the first hand, if I'm saying you, if you get the head, you have to throw a coin, right? If you get the head, you will win. So in the first, and you just throw the coin, right? Maybe you can get head or tail, right? If you are getting tail, I'll have to do that. So two people are playing, me and you are playing that game, okay? If you get the head, you'll win. So in the first throw, you can win, right? Or in the third, because the second time I'll be doing right. Right, in the same game, Nina and Sam is playing some game, and there is a condition has been given that if Nina gets the summation 7, she will win, and the Sam gets the summation as 6, she will win. Okay, and Nina starts the game. If Nina is starting, Nina has an edge. Okay, because in the first chance itself she can win, and there is a probability of 1 upon 6 also that she can win. Okay, so she can win in the first chance, or maybe she'll get win. If she loses, Sam will try. Okay, and then again Sam will lose. Then again it comes to the Nina. So Nina can also throw the ball, throw the dice. Okay, and in that case she can win in the third chance, right? So you have to do the summation of all this probability, right? If she is winning in the first chance itself, that's the probability of 0.33, right? And then some probability will get on adding, right? Third chance if she is winning, then there is some probability. Again in the fifth chance if she is winning, there is some probability. So small probability, you just have to add it. This is in the form of a GP. Do the summation of the GP, you'll get the probability as some value will get you. That will be pakka more than 0.33, right? Because 0.33 was the first case itself. Like in the first, no, sorry, not 0.33, 0.16. Okay, 1 upon 6. Are you getting? Did you understand the question or not?
Yes, sir.
Anyone is having any problem in this?
So this falls under geometric or hypergeometric?
Yeah, you have to do the sum. Geometric progression. The addition should be knowing, right? It's basically one. If you have the 1 plus r, yeah,
it is
till
it is
infinite.
at least this 1 upon minus r is in syllabus. Yeah.
Can I give an input?
A by 1 minus r.
Yes, sir, please.
Go ahead.
Okay, so this is what the summation is, and we have done that right, for our case.
Can I give some input?
It's A by 1 minus r.
Here.
Yes, sir.
Oh, this is the summation that you get for the geometric progression, right?
Yes, sir. It's A by 1 minus r. The first term of the geometric progression upon 1 minus r.
So
A is 1 here. That's why.
So if we are just taking as a, then A plus AR square, something like that, you'll be right. So you just take A as a common, right? 1 upon 1 minus r, and then you can just do it like A or 1 minus r. That is, both are same, right? For our case also, you
A is 1 here.
A as 1 upon 6. Okay.
I think Bhaskar sir was saying something.
Yeah, sir.
Okay,
Sir,
yeah.
please say.
Let's
Please
take
say, sir. Continue.
let's take this as a simplest case. They both decided first Nina will play, second Sam will play. If both of them doesn't win, situation is the same from the third set onwards. So all we need to calculate is for the first 2 sets, 2 trials, who is going to win. Nina first winning is his possible probability, plus if he is going to be Sam losing, that is his losing probability. If these two are met, third trial is as good as a first trial. So we don't have to even go further. Of course, you can do that. That will be a little complicated and then people will find it difficult to understand. Just visualize first two trials, nobody won. Third trial doesn't have anything to do with the first two trials. The probability is same. Has anybody understood what I said?
Yeah, but we are finding the winning probability, right? At the end of the day?
No, basically, if you can calculate the probability of Naina winning in the first two trials, that will be the...
That will remain constant? This is what you're saying?
Onwards. So it doesn't have to be added or subtracted, nothing. So the chances are 6 by 11.
No, we are not getting that, Bhaskar.
So you are saying the rest of it are trivial? What is your intuition on that?
I mean, if you look at it a little differently, yes, it is trivial.
Okay.
If you want to keep applying formula, yes, you will get into geometric and all.
Sorry.
Just visualize you and me playing. First, I take the lead, so I have a probability of winning. If I don't win, I give you a chance to win. And if you fail, then the whole thing is again repeated same.
Got it. So your answer is 6 by 11, you're saying, correct?
Yes.
That's coming up to 0.5.
6 by 11.
Yeah, it's coming up to 0.545.
That
But
is
when
not matching with
calculating
this
by
answer.
this,
Yes, that is 6 by 11.
But that is not matching with this answer.
that's not matching with the answer. It's coming 0.59 for us.
Because not
Geometry.
matching, because the probability of winning you and me is same. But in this case, the probability is a bit different. That's why.
Oh, wait a minute. If these two first, after the two trials are over, both are not one, what is the difference? Third trial has no memory about the first two trials.
Yeah, correct.
So
you are right, sir. You are right.
Yeah, correct.
You can think about it. When you understand, it will be easier.
Sir,
So what is the
I find
probability
it difficult to understand. Can you?
Wait a minute. It's just like that. 2 trials per day.
Okay.
We keep playing every day.
Okay.
What is the possibility of I winning? I have to win the first draw. You also should not win next. Then the whole thing is status quo.
Correct.
No,
Maybe I should.
Okay.
Yeah.
Maybe we are spending time here, Bhaskar, but you made a good point. So if I'm losing and the other person is also losing, right? If I'm being the first.
Correct.
But if I want to win, how do you find the probability of me winning? Because once I won, I won, the second person
Today
will
when
get
we
a chance.
play, there is a possibility of I winning or you winning or both losing.
Yes.
Let us calculate that for the day. So we don't have to bother because it is going to be the same. So all we got to do is play for today. I win. I try first. You try for second. If it is you play first and I play second, me winning will be 5 by 11. Because it's not an equal probability. If it was an equal probability, it would have been different. So when we play for indefinitely like this till we succeed, we are going to look at it, how often it gets repeated. The same status, when it comes, we can stop with that and then calculate whatever is the probability in that period.
So at any point of time, we need to find just 3 possibilities, right? If I win, what is the probability?
Yes.
If I lose and then you win, what is the probability? And both are losing.
Both of us don't win.
Yeah.
In which case, the status quo is maintained. Next day we start. That is, we don't have to bother.
Have they asked the number of trials or anything like that?
Number of trials are we control this whole game only when one of us win.
Right.
That's it.
Yeah, it's making sense. And I think this is easier what you are saying.
then
Rather than all this going into geometric distribution and all.
This is how I solved it. I think it should be right. Let's see. whenever the answer comes, we will see. Because logically, I'm convinced this is the situation doesn't change tomorrow, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah, because the question is, what is the probability of Nina winning the game? Just one single.
Correct.
When, by when, or after how many trials? That is not the question. Correct.
Nina winning, provided Nina starts first, is 6 by 11.
Correct.
If you play first, then it will be 5 by 11 for me winning. And
okay, I think let's see. Yeah,
problem, yes. Trying it is we need to be very clear about the problem so that we can dissect it and solve it so that it gets easier.
It's easy to say when we round off, but how about the marginal error? We are just saying this is for the game percentage, but similar could be applied in other situations, chances of something.
No, my point is what happened today doesn't affect tomorrow.
Independent events. Yeah.
Completely independent. In which case, we need not bother about what is going to happen tomorrow, day after, and day after. Because it will be the same status.
It is kind of independent also, but then there's a sequence of event that made it happening around that time also. Like for example, you failed 4 times and then on the 5th time you won.
No. Don't club it. Simplify it. I have a chance for today, first chance, and you get a second chance. Let's stop it and start tomorrow morning. Will that be different? So today's game, there will be only 3 possibilities. I win, you win, or both lose. If we figure out those probabilities, everything is in place. Just think about it.
So Bhaskaran sir, so here, like Nina's non-winning probability that she is not winning, she is losing, that probability will be equal to the Sam's winning probability, right?
Sorry, what did you say?
No.
Nina's
Okay.
probability is 7 by 6, right?
No, Nina, like when Nina is not winning.
If she loses, what is the probability she will lose?
5 by 36.
No.
Okay.
No. Nina winning is 7 by 36. It will be 29 by 36, right?
Yeah.
And only then Sam can win. So Sam's probability is 29 by 36 into 5 by 36. Both losing will be 21 by 36 into 22
Yeah, I got it. Now I think I got it.
But
Yeah. Sam's winning probability into Nina's non-winning probability. That you are saying, right?
Yes.
If you look at little differently,
leave the whole thing for 2 trials, my trial first and your trial second.
So again, just to discuss here, Bhaskaran. So if you just look at more broadly also, that Nina needs to get 7 out of 7 summation, right? Again, the possibility is only 6 ways. So probability is 6 by 36. And Sam is also need to get 6 as an addition. But again, the number of ways in which she can get the 6 is 5 ways, right? 5 by 36. But either winning or losing, can we look at it from 0 and 1 perspective? Like one is winning, one is not, right? It's just a matter of winning or losing.
When I throw, either I win or I lose.
Correct. There are only 2 possibilities, right?
Suppose I win, game is over.
Correct.
If I don't win,
other person will have same 0.5% chances, right?
Not 0.5, because he's throwing a dice, which has got a probability of 5 by
5.5 by 36. Okay.
Correct?
Yeah.
And he also gets a chance to throw only when I lose. You get it? That is the advantage. That is I would say, the advantage.
In the wheel, yeah.
one of the partners.
Yeah.
So basically, he has got a better chance. This is true even in a normal fair coin throw. If I throw first, I get a 50% chance. And if you got to throw, if you also got to get head, your chance of winning for today is because you come second, it will be 0.5 into 0.5.
So basically, to simplify what you're saying, you're saying that
assuming
getting
take a toss of a coin.
yeah, if I toss a coin,
bias. So
today
if
it is
I
1/2,
toss,
tomorrow is also it's 1/2, you're saying.
yeah,
Correct?
if I toss first, I get a 50% chance winning. You will get a chance of only 25% because I have to lose and you got to win.
And tomorrow it's going to repeat the same. The chance is again 1/2, you're saying.
Yeah, it will be same. Like the probability for winning is not changing.
So we don't have to bother about it.
You can just start with something. It's like same only. That's the whatever we are doing. That is also like that is taking time, but exactly. So in childhood, you used to solve some problems, right? Wherever a square root of like there is some repetition under square root of something.
There is a class of in probability. There is a class called memoryless event.
Yeah, memoryless event. You just
apply that concept, then it will become easier. If you keep carrying that memory, it will become complicated, and you need to go through this geometry.
Yeah, correct. The signal also uses to
It's very. I mean, it's a very nice problem, but hard to probably people have got to think about it. Then we have got to clear. You just take it as you and me playing. That is the easiest way.
Hello, sir.
Yes.
Sir, but if the second person loses, then only I will have the chance to play again, right?
Next day. Okay.
If that person wins.
Okay, you and me playing, if I win 50%, you win 25%, 25% chance both of us lose. So today's probability one, it is finished. So tomorrow again, if it is the same order of playing, I continue to maintain the same ratio, right?
No, you're right, Bhaskar. Yeah, there's no question about it.
Any method you can use it. Both the methods are correct. I guess the other one is pretty simple. You can just think of in that way. The repetition, you can memoryless problem or else. I guess that is the better way to solve the problem. Okay.
Vishal sir.
Yeah.
So if Prashants are available, so are you also there? So can we have some important syllabus or also some blueprint of the end term and what the difficulty level? And so usually we'll be getting this kind of information. Kindly provide.
Prashant, are you there? Can you give us the idea about the?
Prashant has given enough input saying that it is going to be very easy.
Sir, however, it's a conclude of Prashant, sir.
I know, but he has said in many times.
Yes, sir. However,
So anyway, my answer is going to be same. But one thing I can assure, the questions which you have seen this, game played, Sam, Nina, and all, these kind of questions will not be there in your interim exam. Regarding blueprint and all, I would suggest the questions which I had discussed in last week 12 open session. Sorry, when I took the revision session of week 11 and 12. The collection of questions is you can consider as a blueprint of your interim exam. So anyway, so if you are able to do the mock, right, so we are very sure you guys will be able to clear the exam with some flying colors. So that's not a problem. So yeah, so I think anyway it's around 11. So can we wind up? That is okay to all of you?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. So I think. So
thank you, sir. Good night,
yeah, all the very best.
It was a great discussion.
Thank you, sir. Vishal sir, Prashant sir.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Vishal sir, can
Thank you,
you
sir.
send the PDF in chat?
Sir, do you have a session tomorrow also?
No, this is the last.
No.
TA
This
session is
last
there.
session.
Sir, it's showing, sir, TA session.
No, it cancelled.
Yeah, it will not be there actually because TS has to prepare for their interim exam. So today is the last session. So okay, all the very best to all of you for your interim exam with
Can you
Sir,
send the PDF
Thank
here
you.
in the chat if possible?
PDF.
Yes, sir.
Okay, so the solution will upload in the portal itself. Right, Prasant?
Yes, yeah.
Okay, we'll upload the solution for this. Okay.
Sir, will the value of Z will be given in the question?
Okay, you mean
Yes.
the chart you need? Okay, if a
Yes,
problem
sir.
will be
Yes.
there from the normal distribution, the values will be given. If it is a normal standard normal distribution, the value